All right, Sketchpad Podcast, we back. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to the page. Hit the thumbs up button if you like the content. If you don't like the content, hit the thumbs up button anyway. Listen, man, all I'm saying is this whole Diddy stuff is getting crazier by the minute, by the day, by the second, whatever you want to call it. Shout out to S. You know what I'm saying? I'm not around right now, so we can't do the podcast in the studio, but the show must go on. I'm sure S is making some content, and I'm going to drop some content, and we'll be back in the studio next week with more reactions, more stuff. So let's get into this Diddy situation. So all the people that are being accused of, or the state versus, or Ra, or whoever it is, Little Ra versus all these people. Academics got the scoop. We're going to watch him break it down of all the people that's involved and the people that is not involved. And we're going to come back and discuss what it is.
Sorry. So here's a lawsuit. And yeah, you're going to notice that there's one person missing. And the person missing, so all these people are being sued. Sean Combs, Justin Combs, Cuba Gooding Jr., Lucian Grange, Kristen Coram, Love Records, Motown Records, Universal Music Group, Combs Global, whatever. One person is actually missing from the lawsuit, and the person that's missing is actually this person named Ethiopia. And give me 1 second that I want to kind of explain to you, because people are, they're doing this lady kind of wrong. They're saying like she's cooperating, which, by the way, if you're in the music industry, granted, if the government forces you to cooperate, you gotta do what you gotta do. But if you're cooperating with a fucking civil lawsuit, like, bro, you're done. Like, you know what I mean? Like, your career is done, which that's not what she's doing. But I'll explain to you what's happening. Here we go. Is it this? Okay. Copy link. All right. So they filed something in court, which is this. It's a notice of voluntary dismissal, which basically said, hey, the plaintiff Rodney Jones, Little Rod, is going to give notice that the above caption action is voluntarily dismissed with prejudice against defendant Ethiopia Habtemariam. And the reason why they said, I have another document that actually say what's going to happen. They said they did it because she's going to provide a, okay, actually I have it right here. I have that right here. Sorry. Right here. So this is a lawyer for Lil Rod. It says, hey, dear judge, I'm writing your honor with an update regarding the above referenced matter on behalf of the plaintiff. On March 21st, the plaintiff entered an agreement with defendant Ethiopia. Under this agreement, in exchange for a declaration that would be appended to the forthcoming amended complaint, the plaintiff has agreed to dismiss all claims against Ethiopia with prejudice. Furthermore, the plaintiff has elected to dismiss claims against Chalice Records, but they plan to keep suing just separately in state court. The decision enables the plaintiff to refile in Los Angeles, exactly as I said. Also, there's been constant contact, blah, blah, blah. They're talking about how hard it is, or they're saying defendant Sean Combs is like bullying people. That's what they're saying. So, anyway. Okay. All right. Now, let me bring up this amended lawsuit, and we're going to talk about some of the... Where is it? Is this the amended one? Yeah, cool. So this is the amended one. And this is where we find the information about Carisha, right? Okay. So here's the amended lawsuit. If you're talking about the declaration should be an attached. Let me see. Attachment B. Attachment. Can we just find the attachments? Attachment B, which is... Okay, this is the declaration of Ethiopia. So essentially, she wasn't into none of the freaky weird shit. So like her name being on this lawsuit, she probably just wanted to get her name off. She's like, yo, I'll give a declaration of exactly what jobs I did for all of these people that you're claiming did something to. I'll just tell you what my involvement was, which I never did nothing freaky, nothing sexual. I'll do that, but take me off of this fucking lawsuit. I guess they agreed, and this is her declaration. I, Ethiopia, declare according to this the following. I have personal knowledge of the facts set forth herein, which are known to me to be true and correct, and if called upon to testify, I could completely testify to these things. Okay? She says, I began my employment with Universal Music Publishing Group in January 2003. Around 2014, I got promoted to president of urban music and co-head of creative at UMPG. Around 2014, I was given the president of Motown. Hold on, my bad. I can't see much. Motown Records and executive of vice president of Capitol Music Group, and I reported directly to Steve Barnett. In and around 2021, I became chairman of Motown Records, Love Records. She says, in around 2022, I entered an agreement with Love Records, obtained the right to distribute one album being produced by them, the Love album. They were aware, UMG was aware, and authorized Motown to enter into this license agreement with Love Records. To the best of my recollection on the agreement, Motown Records agreed to pay or reimburse Love Records for certain invoice recording costs incurred by Love Records for the making of the Love album. I'm not personally aware of any financial sponsorship by Motown or UMG of any Love Records listening parties or writing camps. By the way, this is where they said the freak-offs originated. So she's given the statement by saying, yo, hey, I worked for this, I did work on this album, or like we signed them for this album, but I wasn't into no freaky shit. To my knowledge, neither Motown Records nor UMG would have organized or ran any listening parties or writers camps. By the way, this is where Lil Rod claimed that the freak shit started for the Love album. Okay, I am not personally aware of any cash payments made from Motown's or UMG to Love Records or Mr. Combs. Instead, as I said, to my best of my recollection, under the license agreement, Motown would have paid or reimbursed Love Records for only certain invoice recording costs. Since leaving Motown Records in 2022, I have no involvement with Love Records. She put it.
Stay tuned. All right, look. So you seen that, you heard that, all that good stuff. Shout out to academics. You know what I mean? So this woman named Ethiopia said that she's basically not a part of any of this. She wasn't having it. So she says, hey, listen, I'm not a part of all this sex stuff. I don't know nothing about that. I did a job. That was it. I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying? Take me out of this. If you need me to come and testify, I'll do that. You know what I'm saying? But I'll testify to these things because I have no knowledge of this. I don't have no idea. I'm no clue of none of this. And that right there lets you know that some of these people knew what was going on and some of them didn't. You know what I'm saying? Now, with her, she basically saying, I don't want to be a part of this. Now, there's some shocking names I seen in there. I seen Cuba Gooding Jr. name on there, and he said his name, and I'm like, the actor? Cuba Gooding? I mean, I don't know what to even say about that. I mean, at this point, what do you do? I mean, but how deep does this go? Because this sounds something like some type of cartel Scarface type stuff. This is, and I was on the fence about this when people were saying, "Oh, this is he's the new Epstein," and I was saying to myself, I don't know about that. I don't know about Diddy being a new Epstein. But now I'm researching and doing a little more digging. This is pretty big. This might be on the level of Epstein. This might be up there. There's a lot of people coming out that's not benefiting from this, saying that Diddy is a pedo, saying that Diddy was doing some things that they just don't see why or how anybody would agree with this. There's a lot of people saying this. There's people that are saying this that don't want nothing. They just coming out saying it. And I don't think these people are looking for viral moments because they're not doing it for attention. And I seen some guy was saying that he was in a car and he said, yeah, I live next door to Diddy. And yeah, he be having kids over there all the time. Now, granted, I'm paraphrasing, but that's what he said. But granted, I mean, it could have been his friends' kids, who knows? But if he's saying he has kids running in and out all the time, I don't know. I can't defend that because I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But some of these people are saying they have tapes and videos of this stuff. And then it's like a lot of stuff talking about people are moving drugs, private planes, and all this stuff. Hey, this is getting crazy. Now, the big question I have that everybody's asking me online is, do I believe Diddy in these things? And I'll always reserve judgment until I see evidence of any of this. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if people are really good at hiding things or anything, but I haven't seen any videos or any pictures or anything to say that he actually did any of this stuff. Now, I'm not saying that he didn't do it. Maybe I missed it. Maybe it's just allegations, but I haven't seen anything with Diddy is involved in something that is, how would I say, criminal or anything. All this stuff is still alleged. He hasn't been charged yet. Now, again, I'm not defending Diddy. I'm not. I'm just speaking the facts. It could be all these things that people say, right? And just because people say it, I understand. It doesn't mean that it's true, or doesn't mean it's not true. I understand. But I haven't seen anything that suggests that he did any of these things. I know people are saying that he did it, and I know people are saying they have tapes. But when I see the tapes, then I could say, okay, yeah, he did it. But I haven't seen anything. Anything. It could be 10 million people that say the same thing. And we know how malicious people can be. People can say, well, I don't like him, so I'm just going to say he did it. Now, and again, that's just the facts. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I want to go off of how I feel, that's something totally different. And I know people are like, well, that's kind of crazy. I could reserve judgment on how I feel, and I could also go with what facts says. The fact says I haven't seen anything. But my gut feeling is telling me that he did do something. That's how I feel. But feelings, that is not facts. Let's just be clear here. I could feel that way, but it doesn't mean it's true. Same thing with facts. Facts are facts. If something comes out and he didn't do it, then I'm wrong. If he did do it, then I'm right. But I could feel a certain way. So, I don't know what to say, man. I just think that at this point, it's kind of over for him. If the feds come to your house, then it's really over for you. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? Anyway, that's the video. Shout out to S. Out of here. Sketchpad Podcast. See y'all. Peace. Bye.